What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm going back to the early 2000s to talk about Behind Enemy Lines. Behind Enemy Lines 2 is on there as well, but I'll do a separate review for that one. So in Behind Enemy Lines, this is loosely based on the real story of Scott O'Grady, which was kind of a big news story. And he actually sued the people who made this movie because he said that he knew that it was loosely based on him and he didn't cuss as much as the character in the movie. So that's kind of a fun little bit of trivia about the movie. But anyway, Owen Wilson plays a guy who's been in the Navy for a while, but he wants out. He's tired of kind of being used as a security guard or a policeman. He had different, aspirations when he joined the military, and things just aren't working out as he planned. So he's going to go ahead and take his exit. His admiral is Gene Hackman, who is very displeased about this, and but doesn't really have a choice. So before he goes out on this mission, kind of just a routine reconnaissance mission, he hands in his resignation papers, and it's just supposed to be just another mission. Go and take some pictures of some enemy installations, and that's pretty much it. But they're not able to get the pictures from the angle on their flight path, so they decide just to go a little bit over where they're supposed to be, and of course they get shot down. His co-pilot is killed, and Owen Wilson is able to survive and get away, but he's on the run. He needs to get to a rendezvous point so that he can get extracted, or otherwise he's pretty much cooked. He's also carrying a very valuable piece of data, so the people that are chasing him really want to get a hold of him. And at the same time, back at Navy headquarters or whatever, Gene Hackman is just yelling at everybody, barking orders, and he's not gonna put up with the red tape and the bureaucracy and the military politics. He's gonna get his guy out, by God, and that's all there is to it. And that's the story of Behind Enemy Lines. This is a pretty standard, predictable action thriller. There's really not a lot that's super interesting about it. Doesn't really do anything new or break new ground, but it's a decent watch, and it's definitely made better by the fact that they make a couple really good decisions. Which was to not make Owen Wilson do any dramatic acting. All he has to do is look serious and run a lot. Seriously, he's running all the time in this movie, so it definitely plays to his strengths. Gene Hackman absolutely devours the scenery in this movie. He goes so over the top as like that always angry, yelling all the time military leader, which is, campy, but it's fun to watch, and it definitely helps spice things up a bit. The other really good decision they made when they made this movie was to really play up the macho military action aspect. So you've got jet fighters, helicopters, explosions, shootouts. It's not on par with like a peak 80s action movie as far as over the top, but it does have a lot more action than you would think for a movie that's predominantly like a, more of a thriller than an action movie. So it's better than expected, but at the same time, the pacing is a little bit off. The stuff that happens in between the action scenes. Okay, let me put it this way, okay? If Owen Wilson isn't running, Gene Hackman isn't yelling, or something isn't blowing up, Behind Enemy Lines really isn't that good of a, that much fun to watch. But it's a decent watch overall, and it's certainly probably better than it had any right to be, given how, boring and bland the storyline was. But at least they got a fun cast, and they were able to kind of distract us with some, shininess and some action scenes. So I think it did what it needed to do. I watched this on DVD. It is available on Blu-ray, but it's got two audio commentary tracks, deleted scenes with optional commentary, behind the scenes featurettes, and more. It looks good on DVD. I've never seen it on Blu-ray, unfortunately, but it was made at a time when most movies from the 2000s forward look at least halfway decent, on home video. So I would assume it looks decent. It looks fine on DVD. So that's my review of Behind Enemy Lines. Again, it's just kind of a generic action thriller, but Gene Hackman, going so far over the top with this ham-handed performance is a lot of fun. And if you like, big military-style action set pieces, give it a shot. If you want to read my full write-up of Behind Enemy Lines, you can check that out at markfusion.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at markfusion. You can go to my Patreon if you want to get exclusive content there. I'm also on Letterboxd. You can see what I've been watching and get an idea of what might be coming up on this channel soon. Or you can make a request or tell me to bump something up that you see that I've watched but I haven't covered here. Just get a hold of me somewhere on social media and let me know. The best way, as always, just to help me out, though, is to hit that sub button. It's a free, easy, direct way to support me. Help me to continue to devote way too much of my life to watching these movies and doing these videos. And also, watching old videos is a huge help as well. It doesn't seem like it would be, but anything that helps my view count and my minute count, those are the things that YouTube is like super, focused on small channels like mine. So it might not seem like a big deal, but watching old videos is a huge help to me. So I'm very grateful for that as well. Thank you so much for watching this video for Behind Enemy Lines. Not The Enemy Lines. That's a different movie. So thanks again. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.